Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mampolo from Mampolo's Corner, renewing your mindset. In one of my videos I made in the past, I made a statement saying that the Igbos are not united. Saying that the Biafra land, they are not united. I could remember saying that the same Igbo and the same Biafrans, not them go use their hand, still destroy this Biafra struggle. I said it. Not be Yoruba, not be Hausa. Now the same Igbos, now the same Biafrans go still use their hand, even destroy the struggle, because I know them. I said it in the past, they don't even love themselves. I said it in the past, they are not united. I see some people commenting rubbish that day. They were commenting anything they like. Oh, Igbo love themselves. How can you say Igbo people don't love themselves? Igbo is the highest tribe that love themselves. Igbo is the highest tribe that is very united. All right, let's watch on our unity and on our love. Watch.
This is the British High Commission in Abuja. We are here at the British High Commission Abuja to protest against Nnamdi Kanu and his criminality. His criminal activities that are bringing problems and chaos in our society. He cannot be at a very safe place and be sending the ignorant youth to go and die over nothing and hitting up the polity, making everyone hate each other. As it stands, everything is already bad for the people, no matter your class. And he's just trying to make it worse while enjoying a peaceful atmosphere in Britain. As you can see, we have protesters here with our placards protesting against bigotry, against hatred. We want peace in Nigeria, not war. Say no to ethnic bigotry. We have said no to that, and we continue to say no to it. A bigot is not a freedom fighter. Nnamdi Kanu, stop sending ignorant youths to die over your lies. Of course, he's lying to them. He's lying to them. Did they meet Donald Trump? The answer is no. Did they meet anyone at the UN? Did anyone sign any referendum document? No. And the people are dying over those lies. You cannot be in the United Kingdom and be calling for violence in Nigeria. In fact, he has even gone to the USA. What's the distance between London and Abuja or Lagos? Then what's the distance between Abuja, Lagos and Texas? Before the crisis started, he was in the UK. Then instead of coming down here to join the idiots he's sending to go and die, he went further from Nigeria, which is United States. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? He's a coward. He doesn't even live by his words. He's a criminal. Stop the attacks on police and military checkpoints. Stop Nnamdi Kanu. And those of you that are sending to go and attack the police and the military, remember what happened in Aba? That is just a precursor to what's about to come. Because we must demand revenge. We must exact revenge from these people. You cannot kill our law enforcement and let us and get away with that. And some people are calling for amnesty. Amnesty for what? Give them amnesty, then they will kill more tomorrow. No more deaths of our police and military personnel by ESN. It's ESMMM arresting Nnamdi Kanu now. IPOB is a terrorist organization. Of course it is. They've killed so many people in the southeast. They've killed so many people. Enough of the bloodshed in Igbo land. Nigeria is one and it shall remain one. So shall it remain. Anyone who doesn't like it should move away from here. Leave the place. If you don't like it, leave. Extradite Nnamdi Kanu now. Yes, you must be extradited. If incitement of violence is a crime in the United Kingdom, why is Nnamdi Kanu still free? That's a question we should be asking them. Incitement of violence is not freedom fighting. Say no to terrorism. Say no to IPOB. Terrorism is not freedom fighting. Of course it's not. What do you call someone ordering attacks on law enforcement agents? A terrorist. Very simple. We will not repeat the mistake of the past. That's why we are calling on the British Embassy, on the British High Commission here in Abuja, and the entire British UK authority to make sure they arrest this criminal. He even registered it in a false suit, under a false pretense. The regulator at the UK Company House should take note. Take note, this is a terrorist organization registered in your land, disrupting the peace of our country, disrupting everyone. The politics of Africa is taking a very dangerous turn. We don't want anyone to send UN troops to our communities, to our country. If there is peace, there wouldn't be any need for peacekeeping. Peace keeps itself. We don't need any forces in Nigeria, and we don't need our people to suffer. What we need is industrialization. Right now, I'm going to interview the convener of this protest. Good afternoon, my brother. May we meet you?
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
My name is Chukwuma Diokpa Chukwuma Dike.
Yeah.
I'm the president of Igbo youths in Nigeria and in diaspora.
Yeah.
I'm the convener of this protest.
Yeah.
The reason why we are here is because we don't want Nnamdi Kanu to be killing our people again.
Okay.
Our people have died enough.
Yes.
He has no agenda. He has no plans. Nnamdi Kanu is a close. What we want is a peaceful society.
Yes.
Nnamdi Kanu is just sending the youth to go and die unnecessarily.
Over nothing.
He brags that he has atomic bomb. He has this, he has that, he has nothing. And the youth believe him. And he is hiding in UK. He's a British citizen. So we are here today at the British High Commission to submit a letter to the British ambassador that his citizen or her citizen is causing problem here in our country. They have threatened, when I announced that I was going to come here, they threatened to kill my mother and my younger ones. As I'm talking to you now, I don't know if the plan is still on ground. So I'm reporting him to the British ambassador so that he will take it to Her Majesty the Queen and let her know that her citizen is causing problem here for us. Go to my social media page, you see all the threats to my life. We've said it before. We don't want Nnamdi Kanu's pattern in this our country. He told us, he made everybody in the southeast to believe that we should boycott the election, which people accepted. On that day, 2 days to the election, he collected money and then said that the referendum document has been signed, sealed and delivered. That after the election, we are going to have a referendum. It is over 4 years now, or 3 years now after the election.
And he's still selling lies to people.
And he's still telling us again that we should fight for referendum. Which referendum?
By killing soldiers and policemen.
Now, the next strategy he's doing now, he's not killing policemen and he's not killing army men in the southeast. How can you kill policemen and army men and expect them to keep quiet? These are their colleagues. Some of them are their best friends.
And they are defenders of the country.
And the worst part is that even the policeman is killing and the army man is killing are also from the so-called Biafra. So how is it rescuing us? Anyone that says anything in the southeast, he will send his men to go and kill him.
Yeah.
Anyone that says anything in the southeast, he will send his men to go and kill her. Enough is enough. We've had enough of Nnamdi Kanu and we are saying no to him.
Yeah.
The only way we can register our grievance is to go to his country. His country is Britain. That is the passport he's using. So we are here today at the British Embassy to let them understand that we are not happy with what their son is doing.
Yeah.
IPOB is registered in Britain. So we are calling for an independent investigation towards all the activities of Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu bury people alive in the southeast. Nnamdi Kanu send his thugs to go and kill people. Prophet Woko is dead. They killed him.
Akwara is missing. Akwara is missing.
Akwara was his former boy.
Abambo was kidnapped and they tried to bury her alive.
Because he was against some of his policies, especially to go and be killing police officers and army officers. For what? Is that how many police officers are you going to kill?
Yeah.
How many of them are you going to kill? If you kill, they will still recruit them and put there again.
Yeah.
So what is the end result of your killing of police officers?
Yes.
So today, we the Igbo youths in Nigeria and in diaspora are here to protest that Nnamdi Kanu's case file must be opened in Britain so that they will investigate all his atrocities.
Yes.
They will investigate all the allegations we are labeling against him, which are written in this book.
Yeah.
They will investigate everything about him.
Yes.
So that we have a peaceful society.
Yeah.
We are not slaves anywhere.
Yeah.
We are free men.
We are free men.
We don't want his activities. And he should stop threatening people.
Yeah.
British government should open the file of all IPOB members. One of them went on social media and he's in Netherlands. His name is Austin Okonkwo. He's in Netherlands. He went to social media and said that he was going to go to Britain and assassinate Uche Mefo.
For leaving the criminal organization.
Yeah. That he's going to kill Uche Mefo. He's going to kill, let me open my mouth. He's going to kill Uche Mefo. He's going to kill his wife. This video is on YouTube. He's going to kill Uche Mefo. He's going to kill his wife. He's going to kill his kids. This is the characteristics of a terrorist.
Yeah.
This is the characteristics of ISIS.
Yeah.
IPOB have turned to ISIS.
Yeah.
And we cannot put our hands and watch them disintegrate
Nigeria.
Igbo land.
Of course. Thank you, my brother.
Now Aba is on fire.
Yeah.
There was several gunshots and 16 youths died.
Yes.
These are fathers, these are children.
Yes,
Since he began his protest, how many people have died?
Yeah.
A lot of people have died. So we don't want any more deaths. We say Nnamdi Kanu's case must be open. Britain must listen to us today. The ambassador should come out and listen to us and listen to our plea. And bring Nnamdi Kanu to book and his entire crew in IPOB. Again, there's another killer again called Chinasa Nworu.
In Kuwait.
He's in Kuwait. But he is the person that writes the names of those
that they will execute.
Including the names are mostly all the billionaires in Igbo land. After Zonukbo, Emeka Ofo, and the rest of them, many of them are there. I have first class information about it. So we are calling on the British government to extradite Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes.
Make him face. They should open a case.
May let him face justice.
We are calling for justice.
Thank you.
You understand?
Not fight, not war.
The death is enough.
Yeah. Enough of the killings.
Our mothers we fought war before.
Yeah.
Our mothers are not used to war.
Yeah.
What we want in the south is anything we want. We have elders. Our elders will sit down and will dialogue and think of how to get us our own share in this country.
Yeah.
So Nnamdi Kanu, we don't want you.
Thank you.
We don't want your ESN.
Yeah.
Amotuku was created in the southwest. It was created by the constitution of the southwest.
Yeah.
Every state house of assembly in the southwest sat together and passed a law. You can't just stay in Britain and you create ESN.
And be killing.
Thereby inviting the Nigerian soldiers and army to come and be disturbing our mothers. When your ESN go and strike, they will kill somebody and they will run.
Yeah.
The police will come there and do mass arrest. Be disturbing mothers and fathers. The money they go use chop, they go use and they pay themselves. We don't want it again. That is why we are here in this British embassy to submit our letter and to also to carry to the ambassador to send our message to Her Majesty the Queen and to send our message to our good friend Prime Minister Boris Johnson, who we so much love and we believe his wisdom. God bless you. God bless Britain. God bless Igbo nation.
Have you submitted, bro? Okay. Yeah, thank you everyone for being a part of the program. Share it. Yeah, okay, please, my brother, how did it go?
Thank you very much. I was invited inside, so I have submitted the petition to the British embassy. So now, as I'm talking to you now, it's being processed. Everything we wrote on that document will be attended to. I advise everyone in the southeast to go about your business lawfully, peacefully.
Yeah.
Forget about that man there. He cannot be sitting at the comfort of his house and be destroying our place.
Yeah.
Aba is the industrial hub of southeast.
Yeah.
If any problem happens to Aba, it's going to economically affect.
And Onitsha is threatening Onitsha too.
Now, Onitsha now, he are threatening to kill the Obi of Onitsha.
What a joke! What a joke!
The whole of you,
what a joke!
Want to kill him? Why would you want to kill him?
Obi of Onitsha of all people.
He created a vigilante to secure his Onitsha so that businesses can be going on, because Onitsha is the economic heart of Igbo land.
Yeah.
And you want to destroy it. You don't want it. You don't want it. Your style of agitation is not good for us.
It's not needed. We don't need it.
I've submitted it to the British embassy and they're taking care of it now. We've done our part and we are going home peacefully.
Yes.
You can see we are very peaceful. We don't come to do anything.
Yeah.
We are very peaceful.
Yes.
Once again, it is Igbo youth in Nigeria and in diaspora.
Yeah.
I'm Chukuma Dike and I wish you all the.
Now, so we see, I'm very, very sure that we have all watched the unity within the Igbos. I'm very sure we have now watched the love within the Igbos. Very united people. What can I say? I said it before. Say, now we go still use our hand. Everything go crumble. All this agitation and non-agitation. You go see one Igbo, one place. All those one day for inside that video. Now Igbo people. The one want submit petition, na Igbo. The one want the interview, na Igbo. Even with the accent, they see him there. Igbo people, even call his name. He said now he be the leader of Nigerian youth, both home and away. And all those ones want carry black cat. I see that black cat one on carry. All the black cat now the same writing all of them be. Now one person write all on our mind. And they ask you question. That black cat one on carry, now all of them now the same writing. So now one person write all on our mind. One person come carry and give una. And most of una when they see there, one just stand like effigy. One just stand like image. I don't understand. Una come protest, una know they talk. Una come protest, what do una put there? Una know they read them by themselves. Some of una they even cover on our face. I don't understand. You come to protest, you just hold the thing like that. Now that's your protest. It just be like stage protest. It be like protest when it be say them pay no come. Some of us feel not be able there. They just pay no hold the protest. One person don't write the whole thing. All the whole thing now one writing. But that is not why I'm here. That's not my problem to start with. Why I'm here is to tell the Igbos. Why I'm here is to tell the Biafra, say, oh no, are not they united. Stop deceiving yourself. The Bible book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 25, he says, a house that is divided against itself will not stand. So if you have a house and you people are divided, you will not stand. You will not win the battle. You are wasting time. If you have a house called Biafra, if you have a house called Ndibo, and you are divided, you people are of different fashion. You people are different group. Biafra this leader, Biafra that leader. You know, the leader one I got for this Biafra, he passed 200 now. We don't even know the one will be the leader. In fact, APC and PDP even better personal. This one a leader, the other one a leader. The other one, he got one certain time when I see one native doctor, he's saying now one faction of IPOB or Biafra, one native doctor. That one, they lead in your own people again. Recently now, I see Asari Dokubo. He don't form your own again, another Biafra. He said that there be Biafra de facto government. For those who don't understand what de facto mean, be say, it is a takeover government from the former one, whether lawful or legitimate is irrelevant. That is because the former one was not doing the right thing they believe in. That is the meaning of de facto government. For people who don't understand that. For people who never see them or hear them when they talk, say they take over Biafra struggle now. Watch the video.
My first act today in taking this position is to name those who would be on the driver's seat to navigate through this period of tempest, this period of uncertainty with me. I want to call on our brother, George Oyimbe, to come on board to join as the secretary of the de facto customary government of the state of Biafra. He will take care of the administrative, day-to-day administration of the Biafran state. I also call on our brother Uche Mefo not to consider this office as too small for him to come up and accept as the head of information of this new government. He shall be the Secretary of Information and Communication. I also call on our brother Emeka Emekesiri to take care of the legal needs of this NASA government. My brothers and sisters, the four of us will kickstart the process. Others will come on board. We want volunteers. We want volunteers who are committed. We want volunteers because there is nothing anywhere. We are the people who have volunteered to salvage ourselves first and salvage the rest of us. I also call on all Biafrans in the various provinces, of the Biafran nation. Aba province, Abakaleke province, Anang province, Oka province, Calabar province, Degema province, Eket province, Enugu province, Nsukka province, Ogoja province, Oji River province, Okigwe province, Onitsha province, Opopo province, Olu province, Owerri province, Port Harcourt province, Umuahia, Uyo, and Yenagoa. We are going to proceed to set up provincial structures of government, starting with provincial assemblies and provincial governors and administrators. We want volunteers to come up from all the 20 legally created provinces of the Biafran nation. We proceed to say that we know that we have brothers outside who are itching and eager to join the train of freedom. Our brothers and sisters in Western Ijaw, our brothers and sisters in Isoko, our brothers and sisters in Anyoma, in Indokwa, we call on all of them that we are not going to leave them behind, but we want to do what is legal. First and foremost, that we want you to join us in this struggle for freedom.
Una don't see different fashion. Una even was past APC and PDP. Different leader. You know, I know about Nnamdi Kanu as a leader of IPOB. I know of Diokpa Uwazurike as one of the leader of IPOB thing as well. Now I don't know Asari Dokubo as one of the leader again. You don't even take Uche Mefo. Uche Mefo was the vice president of Nnamdi Kanu. Automatically now two of na enemy. Automatically now Asari Dokubo and Kanu and all those Kanu group again now na enemy. How una go take win the battle? How will the Biafra come? How? When you have more than 4 houses in one struggle. Sam, have you seen a car? Then 4 drivers are there. Where una they go? Not be collapse, una they go collapse. 4 drivers in one car, una one drive. Not be inside river, una go enter. That is the problem. I said it before. Some people were commenting nonsense. Go to Yoruba land. See Sunday Igboho. See as people, see all the Yoruba people as then they rally around that guy. Therefore, don't arrest him since. If not be support when Yoruba people they give them. Everybody they come round table that they discuss with them. One voice. And they are making sense. People when educated ones, they do the educated work underground. The elites and political juggernauts, then they do their own underground work. The people want to be taught that they do their own work there. Everybody is uniting towards Sunday Igboho. One person just carry that whole Yoruba people, and Yoruba people they follow. But Igbo, now I'm not going down and saying there's no how one go be president. Even though say Nigeria one day now, una not even get the Biafra. Even though say that Nigeria won't remain now, and Igbo people won't be. No, Igbo cannot be president because immediately one Igbo person come and say, "Na me go be president." Everybody, every political person for Igbo go enter president. They don't go support that one person. Now our nature, leave them. You can't change it. Now what if they don't take get on them? No. Some of themselves, they feel they even give una money. Everybody they talk different math because una too like money. Now it be the problem. Asari Dokubo now, very soon now, another fashion will come out from in fashion. It will become like 12 Biafran leaders. Well, we don't know I don't even know the one who will go join. If I want to be Biafran now, which one I go join now? Now Asari Dokubo, I been a Kano, I been a Diokpa Uwazurike. I know they know the one who go join. So anybody want say, okay, I be Biafra, I want join Biafra. Which one they want join? Una they confuse us. Now so we see I wish you guys good luck. Guys, if you love what we are doing, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram, all at Man Polo's Corner. Love you guys, and peace out.